The rarest genetic conditions in the world, stranger than fiction. Every human carries a genetic code, a molecular script that shapes who we are. It decides our height, our eye color, and even how we respond to disease. But sometimes that code is rewritten. Mutations, tiny and unpredictable, can create traits so unusual they seem to defy nature itself. Today, we uncover the rarest genetic conditions that affect some very few individuals in the world. Disorders that are so strange and so extraordinary that they blur the line between biology and science fiction. These are the stories of human genetics at its most mysterious. Let's first talk about the blueprint of life: DNA and mutation. Every cell in your body carries DNA, over 3 billion letters of genetic code, written in just 4 molecules: A, T, C, and G. This code is like a vast library of instructions telling every cell in the human body how to grow, how to divide, and how to function. But DNA isn't perfect. During replication, errors can occur. A letter swapped, deleted, or duplicated. Most are harmless, some even beneficial, but a few alter the script so drastically that they give rise to conditions seen in only a handful of people on Earth. These mutations are neither curses nor miracles. They're a part of evolution's grand experiment, the endless variation of life itself. Here are some of the rarest genetic conditions in the world. 1. Progeria, the children who age too fast. Imagine a child who carries the body of an old man. That is the cruel reality of Hutchinson-Gilford progeria syndrome, one of the rarest genetic conditions known to science. Affecting only about 1 in 20 million children, progeria causes rapid aging beginning in early childhood. Children with progeria are born looking normal. But within months, their growth slows. Their skin tightens, hair falls out, and their arteries begin to stiffen. Conditions typical of the elderly. The cause lies in a single gene, LMNA, responsible for producing lamin A, a protein that strengthens the cell's nucleus. A tiny mutation in this gene creates a defective protein, destabilizing cells and accelerating aging. Despite their condition, these children often possess remarkable intelligence and joy. Their average lifespan is just 13 years, yet many live vibrantly, becoming global symbols of resilience. Their lives remind us that time's true measure is not how long we live, but how deeply. 2. Congenital insensitivity to pain, the people who cannot feel pain. What if you could never feel pain? No headaches, no stings, no suffering. Sounds like a superpower, right? But for the few who live with congenital insensitivity to pain, it's anything but. Fewer than 100 cases are known worldwide. These individuals have mutations in the SCN9A gene, which affects sodium channels in nerve cells, the pathways that carry pain signals to the brain. Without them, injuries go unnoticed. Broken bones may heal incorrectly. Infections may spread silently. Pain, it turns out, is not an enemy, but a guardian, warning us of harm. Without it, survival becomes a daily challenge. These families live in constant vigilance, learning to see danger where others simply feel it. 3. Hypertrichosis, the real-life werewolf syndrome. In legends and folklore, stories of werewolves, humans covered in hair, have fascinated cultures for centuries. But behind the myth lies a real and extremely rare condition: hypertrichosis, sometimes called werewolf syndrome, caused by mutations in genes. Controlling hair growth, hypertrichosis can cause thick hair to grow over the entire body, including the face. Fewer than 50 documented cases exist in modern history. In some forms, it's inherited. In others, it's triggered by random genetic mutation or medication side effects. For centuries, those affected were exhibited in circuses and freak shows. Today, they are studied with compassion, not curiosity, as science continues to explore how genes control our physical identity. They remind us that beauty and difference are not opposites. They are the essence of what makes us human. 4. Fibrodysplasia, Ossificans, Progressiva, the human body turning to stone. Now imagine this. Every time you injure yourself, your muscles turn to bone. A fall, a bruise, even a vaccination can trigger irreversible bone growth. Over time, your body locks itself in a rigid shell. This condition, called Fibrodysplasia Ossificans Progressiva, or FOP, is one of the most disabling genetic disorders known to medicine. Only about 800 people worldwide are known to have it. FOP is caused by a mutation in the ACVR1 gene, which controls bone development. In these individuals, the gene becomes overactive, turning soft tissues into solid bone. By adulthood, many patients can no longer move their joints. Surgery only worsens the condition, as the body responds by creating even more bone. Despite unimaginable challenges, those living with FOP often become advocates, researchers, and teachers, helping science understand how the body heals and sometimes how it misfires. 5. Methemoglobinemia, the blue people of Kentucky. In the 1800s, deep in the Appalachian Mountains of Kentucky, local miners spoke of a mysterious blue-skinned family. They were not myths, they were the Fugates, real people with a rare hereditary condition called methemoglobinemia. The disorder causes elevated levels of methemoglobin in the blood, a form of hemoglobin that can't carry oxygen efficiently. The result? Skin that appears bluish-purple, especially on lips and fingertips. It's caused by a mutation in the CYB5R3 gene, passed through generations of an isolated mountain community. Though harmless in mild cases, the visual effect was striking enough to make them local legends. The blue people of Kentucky. Today, with modern medicine and genetic awareness, the condition is better understood. A reminder that even myths often begin with real biology. 6. Mirror hand syndrome. A glitch in human symmetry. Human symmetry is one of evolution's most precise achievements. 2 eyes, 2 arms, 5 fingers on each hand. But occasionally, this symmetry repeats itself. Mirror hand syndrome, or ulnar demelia, is an astonishingly rare condition in which individuals are born with mirrored duplication of bones and digits, often 7 or more fingers, perfectly symmetrical on both sides. This happens when limb development genes, especially those in the zone of polarizing activity, duplicate their signals during embryonic growth. Fewer than 100 cases have ever been documented. Yet many born with this condition adapt brilliantly, learning to write, play instruments, and live normal lives. What seems impossible becomes proof of human adaptability. But why do such rare conditions matter? Each of these genetic conditions tells a story, not just of mutation, but of meaning. For scientists, they are windows into the workings of the human genome. Studying rare disorders has led to major breakthroughs in medicine, from gene therapy to the mapping of the human genome itself. For the individuals who live with them, these conditions are more than medical curiosities. They are daily realities that demand strength, empathy, and awareness. Genetic diversity, even in its rarest forms, drives evolution. Every mutation, every variation is part of the experiment that produced us all. The 21st century has opened new doors. Technologies like CRISPR now allow scientists to edit genes, correcting mutations that cause conditions like Progeria or FOP. Clinical trials in gene therapy are already reversing genetic blindness and immune disorders. We are entering an era where understanding our code may not just explain who we are, and it may allow us to rewrite our future. But as with all power, it comes with responsibility. Altering the human genome challenges our ethics, our definition of normalcy, and even our understanding of what it means to be human. In every strand of DNA lies both the mystery of life and the potential for wonder. Some conditions are tragic, others fascinating, but all remind us of one truth: that perfection was never nature's goal. Diversity was. The rarest genetic conditions may seem stranger than fiction, but they are part of the incredible tapestry of existence. Each one proof that life in all its forms refuses to be ordinary. Which of these rare genetic conditions fascinated you the most? Tell us in the comments section of this video, and while at it, don't forget to subscribe to the Extremes of Reality for more explorations into the rare, the common, and the abundant.